You begin learning and processing information the second you're born. You learn everywhere you go as information is brought to you and planted within your mind. Learning is a powerful tool used for passing knowledge, culture, and history to others. A significant place of learning for me and where I began to develop as an individual is the house originally built by my grandparents. From the time I was born, I was surrounded in this house by my family until my middle teenage years when they moved. Built and restored from a one-story boarding house to a three-story masterpiece, it was all I knew. The way country teaches not only Aboriginal people, but people who are not connected to an Aboriginal history, is through the culture and the people's connection to the world. You can be taught many things, not only by the people, but by the environment, as you listen to country talk without a voice. Listening to the languages unspoken by people, you listen to the animals, the trees, the water, and the movements of the world. That is why learning is not held to the places it is discovered, but can be used throughout our whole lives. That is why the significance of my grandparents' house was a reality that only dawned on me after learning more about Indigenous history. Although I made connections to new pieces of knowledge every day, it isn't defined by that house. Knowledge and experience is brought with me wherever I go. Being taught by my grandfather and the memories of learning how to tie my own tie and learning how to drive my own car will be lifelong skills that when the time comes, I can also pass on to others. The lived experiences is the portrayal of how I recognise the way I can connect myself to the way Indigenous people learn and their connection to culture and heritage. I take pride in the things I learnt during my years inside that house as Indigenous people take pride in their country. Taking pride in where you came from and where your history lies creates strength among communities. This is why country for Aboriginal and Indigenous people has such a significant meaning. Country also provides the space to learn, reflect, challenge, cry, laugh, oppose and agree while experiencing an ancient story of connection. Those who can immerse themselves in the richness of each aspect of country will understand that everything has its own story and carries its own knowledge. Aboriginal knowledge is a living entity. The living history and culture of the Aboriginal ancestors becomes a mirror for current generations to reflect upon and continue to learn from. My own history and knowledge I gained in that house is something I reflect upon as I continue to grow throughout my life. It is not only the physical properties of learning that gave knowledge its significance, but the qualities I learnt to become who I am. I thank my grandparents for instructing me on how to demonstrate the traits of a quality human being: trust, respect, diligence, and the emotional strength to deal with the negative. I was never led astray, and this guidance has served a great purpose in my life, similarly to the way Aboriginal knowledge is a critical learning point for every member of the Indigenous communities.